You welcome back to course artificial intelligence. Our today's topic of video is forward and backward reasoning, or you can say forward or backward chaining. So this is a topic which is important as far as the AI is concerned. So this is a slightly different topic as that of topics that we have discussed in the last videos. In the last videos we discussed about the various techniques that is used for knowledge representation, and now this is the last part of this that particular unit we are discussing with, that is knowledge representation. So the concept of forward and backward reasoning. So these are the techniques. The forward and backward reasoning are the techniques of reasoning used in artificial intelligence, and especially it is used in a expert system. So expert system we are going to discuss in the latter videos. So here you need to understand that the concept of backward and forward reasoning, which is used for reasoning purpose. Okay, reasoning, you already know, you have gone through the aptitude where you are solving the reasoning problem. There is a setting arrangement problem. You have been given a set of people, you have been asked that on which particular direction they are sitting, so according to that you have to solve them numerical. So these are called as a reasoning, where you are applying certain kinds of rules in order to solve a problem. So forward and backward reasoning, these are the techniques of reasoning used in AI, and these techniques were used in a expert system. Expert system is that system which is developed in order to create an alternative for a knowledge that person should have. Just take a simple example. In the rural areas generally doctors issue is there, so their expert system is developed which can act just like a doctor, not exactly 100%, but still we can say that particular expert system just like acts just like a doctor, because in that case what we are trying to do, we are trying to mimic the knowledge of a doctor into that expert system. So according to that particular expert system will work. So the concept of forward and backward reasoning can be used in expert systems such as Mycene and Dendral. See, Mycene is one of the expert system, and Dendral is also another expert system, and both these will be the part of a healthcare system, and it used to generate the solution for real life. So this reasoning concept can be used in production system also. So if you talk about these two techniques, forward and backward reasoning, so we can say that these concepts differ mainly in terms of their approaches, the kind of approach. One follows top down approach, another follows bottom up approach, their strategy of a technique, their speed. So here we know that backward reasoning is most faster. So why it is faster I will tell you, and operational direction. So now we'll discuss in detail what is forward reasoning, what exactly the concept of forward reasoning along with the example, and then backward reasoning. So first of all we focus on forward reasoning. So what is the concept of forward reasoning? So actually this process, or you can say technique, starts from the initial state and proceed in a forward direction to achieve the goal state, because already we know that we are we are currently present at the location of initial state and we need to reach up to the goal state. So forward reasoning means what? We are moving from initial state to the goal state. So we can say it's a method of reasoning in AI in which rules are applied to the existing data. Means we have provided with a set of initial data on which we are applying the rules to extract some more information so that it helps us to reach to the goal state. Now try to understand what we are doing in the forward reasoning. In case of forward reasoning, we are assuming that we have been provided some kind of predefined data on which we are applying some set of rules in order to extract some new information, new data which help us to reach to the goal states, and we can easily find the solution for that particular problem. So this is what a approach of a forward reasoning, use of a data in order to get a new information so as to reach to the goal state. So it starts with a fact and see what rules apply, and we can say that forward reasoning is a data driven, because in that case we expect that we should have some predefined data which help us to reach up to the goal state. Now this is a simple diagram, a diagrammatic representation of forward reasoning, where you can see that we have been provided we are having some set of facts we are have set of facts, strategies, concept, data is there, on which we are trying to apply some rules. Set of rules can be applied. So here you know that rules can be formulated with the help of and or, and you come to know about the intermediate decision, and finally you can combine it so that you will get some kind of final decision which help us to reach up to the goal state. That means you are moving in a forward direction, you are moving, some kind of facts are already there, which is considered as a data, on which we are applying some kind of rules so that we come to know about a kind of decision. After combining it, we come to know about one final decision. So this is how forward reasoning work. Now let's take a simple example to understand the concept of forward reasoning. So what is the example? Suppose we have given a fact that Tom is running. This is a fact which is represented by variable A. Another fact I have, if person is running, then he will sweat. He will sweat. So this is a we can say reasoning inference available in that case, which is represented by A implies B. So based on this, what we can conclude? We can conclude that Tom is sweating, because we understand that Tom is running, and here again another statement that the person who is running going to sweat. So hence we can conclude that Tom is sweating. So this is what an example of forward reasoning, where we have one fact on which we apply some rule in order to get a new information, and based on which we can reach up to the goal state. So our goal state is what? Tom is sweating. So this is how we reach up to the goal state. So this forward reasoning can be used. A dendral expert system is a good example where this forward chaining can be used, and this dendral expert system is used for the prediction of molecular structure of the substances. Okay, this dendral is an expert system used for prediction of molecular structure, and in which we are making use of a forward reasoning, where we are making use of rules to apply on the data so as to get a new data, and finally we reach up to the solution. So what are the benefits of forward reasoning? So the benefit is that it can be used to draw multiple conclusion. Okay, forward reasoning can be used to draw multiple conclusion. Here you can see that we are applying intermediate rules, so we got intermediate results over there. So that's why we are saying that the benefit is that it can be used to draw multiple conclusion. Then what is the drawback of forward reasoning? So simple drawback is there. The process of forward reasoning is time consuming as compared to backward reasoning, because it takes lot of time to eliminate and synchronize the available data, because in that case you need to mine the data. Means data is available in a huge quantity, but still you need to synchronize it, you need to find it, you need to prepare a data for an appropriate format, and that's why we can say that forward reasoning is somehow time consuming as compared to the backward reasoning. Now we try to understand the process of backward reasoning. So the concept of backward reasoning is exactly opposite of a forward reasoning. In case of forward reasoning, we have seen that it's a top-down approach where we are moving in a forward direction from initial state to the goal state. Now in case of backward reasoning, we are moving exactly in the opposite to forward reasoning. That means we are moving from goal state to the initial state, so that we can able to find what kind of rules that we have applied, so that we can reach up to the goal state. So this is what the aim of a backward reasoning. In case of a backward reasoning, we are trying to find out some kind of rules. We can say it's a concept of reverse engineering. Just like that, in case of reverse engineering, what we are doing, we are moving in a backward direction. Similarly, in case of backward reasoning, we reach to the goal state, but we should know how we reach to the goal state. What are the rules that we have applied so that we reach to the goal state? So you are moving in a backward direction so as to find the rules that you use to reach from initial state to the goal state. So this is what the main objective of a backward reasoning. So backward reasoning is a concept in here that involves backtracking from goal to the initial state, and this type of chaining starts from goal and moves in a backward direction to find out the steps that were taken to attain this goal. So it starts with something and find out the rules that will help us to answer that question, how reach up to the goal state. And we can say it is a goal driven. as we talk about that forward reasoning is a data driven, whereas we can say backward reasoning is a goal driven, and it is exactly opposite of this forward reasoning. See here, you can see in the forward reasoning we are moving in a forward direction, whereas in a backward reasoning we are moving in a backward direction. That means we have available with decision 4, but here our task is to find out how we reach up to the decision 4, what are the different rules that we have applied on the initial data so that we reach up to the decision 4. So that's why we are moving in a backward direction. We are backtracking the system in order to find out the rules that we have applied in order to reach to that particular decision. So backward reasoning is exactly opposite of a forward reasoning. Let's take a simple example to understand backward reasoning. So same example we are continuing that we have continued in the forward reasoning. So in forward reasoning we conclude that Tom is sweating. Now in case of backward reasoning we can say Tom is sweating, this is a goal state, right, and Tom is running, this is the initial state, and this is what a inference or fact that is available with us. In this case forward reasoning we are saying that this is the initial state, this is a goal state, and this is a fact rule that we have applied in order to move from initial state to the goal state. Now in case of backward reasoning I told you that this is exactly opposite of forward reasoning. So here we are present in the goal state, now we want to find to the initial state, means we need to understand inference, what inference we use to reach to the initial state. So Tom is sweating, and if person is running he will sweat, that is A tends to B. From this we can say that Tom is running, because Tom is sweating and the person who is running is sweating. So in this case we conclude that Tom is running. So in this way we reach from goal state to initial state, and there we use this particular rule, A implies B, which says that if person is running then he will sit. So in this way backward reasoning is used to find out the rules that we have applied in order to move from initial state to the goal state. And this backward reasoning can be used in a expert system Mycin. Mycin is an expert system where we can use this backward reasoning, and this system is used for just predicting or diagnose the disease. We will enter in some symptoms, and based on this we will find out the particular disease or diagnose the disease from which that particular person is suffering from. So what are the benefits of backward reasoning? So we can say it is a quicker, faster method. I told you in the forward reasoning that forward reasoning is slow, but I can say backward reasoning is faster because already conclusion is available with us. Okay, it is a quick method of reasoning because endpoint is available, goal state is already available with us. Only thing is that we need to find out the inference, or you can say rule, that we have applied in order to reach to the goal state. So it also have limitation that the process of reasoning can only start if endpoint is known. Suppose you know goal state, then you can use the concept of backward reasoning, otherwise not. Suppose you are present in the initial state and you want to apply the backward reasoning, in that case it is not useful. It only works when you reach to the goal state, means goal state is available and you need to find out that what kind of rules that you have applied, then and then concept of backward reasoning can be applied. So I hope you understand the concept of inferencing which is used in AI, that is forward reasoning and backward reasoning. Both the techniques are exactly opposite of each other. In one technique we are moving from initial state to goal state, in another technique we are moving from goal state to final state. Thank you.